Hello everyone, this is Emily and welcome back to Emily Central. How are you guys doing today? Kumusta na po kayong lahat? Today is a follow-up video. So when I first started my channel about 5 months ago, but back in April, I actually made a video on how to apply for a dual citizenship for the United States and the Philippines. So today, that is what I want to go over with you guys is the follow-up questions that actually came up on that video from my viewers, and I want to say thank you to everyone that has supported that video. I posted that back in April and that video has now over 3,400 views, so I appreciate you guys out there, and I'm so glad that I was able to help you guys a bit when it comes to your dual citizenship application. So I'm going to link that video here. That is exactly the step-by-step process and the requirements that you guys will need to bring in order for you to apply for your dual citizenship for the United States and the Philippines. But before I start this video, I want to make sure that you guys are aware that I am not a professional attorney. I am not an immigration attorney or anything like that. I'm doing this for entertainment purposes only, as well as sharing my experience. So you always want to check with a professional if you have any other questions. Now let me just read to you guys the first question that I want to do today, because this is actually something that we had to do when we went for our appointment for our dual citizenship. So that is why I want to cover this particular question. So this is the question from my viewer. Hello, I am your new subscriber. Thank you very much, of course, for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate that very much. So his question was, just got my appointment and I am flying into San Francisco. My question is, I have a birth certificate, PSA copy. So when you go get your dual citizenship, you need a Philippine Statistic Authority's birth certificate, a copy of your birth certificate that is a PSA approved. But I do not have my naturalization certificate. So guys, this is a naturalization certificate. It is just an example. This is what you get when you become an American citizen. So all I have is my passport. Do I need to worry about not having my naturalization certificate when I go to my appointment? So this is why I want to cover this right away, because we actually had to do this because we did not have our naturalization certificate either. So I'm going to read to you guys exactly what I told him on my answer. I said that was a great question because we actually didn't have our own naturalization certificate. All you have to do is download the form on the website, basically explaining why you do not have a copy of your certificate of naturalization. Then you will need to have it notarized. You need to do this in order for them to process your application. If you do not have your certificate with you, it was super easy, no questions asked, as long as you explain yourself and that it is notarized. So that is it, you guys. It says exactly on the website, which I will leave all that information below. Check that out. It tells you exactly which form it is and also what you need to do in order for you guys to do this. And there was no questions at all when it came to them asking why we don't have our naturalization certificate. This is actually the form that we used, and I'm gonna go over this with you guys right now. I hid a lot of information for privacy, and that is the form that you will need. Let me go over it with you guys so you can see what you will need to do on this form. So here is the form that we had to download before our appointment in order for us to explain why we cannot provide our certificate of naturalization. This is on the Philippine Consulate's website under Dual Citizenship, Affidavit of Dual Citizenship Naturalization Form. It is pretty basic. It just gives you your name here and some information about you. Part 1 says that I am a naturalized citizen of a foreign country. I was issued a certificate of naturalization. You will need to provide your certificate of naturalization number there, as well as when you think the month and year that you have gotten your naturalization certificate. Part 2 here is that I am unable to present my certificate of naturalization due to the following reasons. So whatever reasons that you might have for not able to provide your certificate of naturalization during your interview, you just have to enter it there. Number 3 is pretty basic, that you're executing this affidavit with rules and regulation implementing the Citizenship Retention and Reacquisition Act.
Number 4, that you are fully aware of any false statements that causes perjury, punishable under Philippine law. And the bottom part is, this is where you will need to sign in front of a notary. You guys have to remember that this form needs to be notarized, so you cannot just show up there and not have it notarized. They will not accept it. So make sure that you have this notarized by a notary before you even go to your dual citizenship appointment.
Next question. My Philippine passport is expired. Do I need to renew my Philippine passport in order for me to go to the Philippines, or can I just use my US passport and my dual citizen certificate to get back to the Philippines? And I answered him, you do not need your Philippine passport. You will only need to present your US passport and your dual certificate citizenship when you arrive in the Philippines. That is it, you guys. Unless if you don't have your dual certificate of citizenship, you can still come into the Philippines with your US passport and your expired Philippine passport, because you are still considered a former Filipino. Here's another good question, you guys. Do you know if we could apply for dual citizenship in the Philippines? Yes, you can. You can apply for your dual citizenship in the Philippines. Of course, you're going to have the same requirements, but you apply at the Bureau of Immigration. I have all this information and I will leave all these details in the description box below. Next question from another viewer. I was born in the Philippines but was raised here in the United States. I do not have my Philippine passport because I was young when I came, and get a copy of my birth certificate though. And this is okay. You will only need a copy of your birth certificate, PSA copy of course, and just make an appointment with your local Philippine consulate in the state where you are living here in the United States, and they should be able to take care of you. Another good question. I have a quick question. Let's say po, nag-change ako ng first name ko dito sa US. Pwede po ba rin ma-change yung Philippine passport ko po? And yes, you can do that as long as you change your name legally here in the United States. As long as you have the proof that you have actually changed your name legally in the United States, you can for sure go to the Philippine consulate and change it to your now legal name. So there is no issue there. As long as you can prove that you did a change name, then you should be okay getting your name changed on your passport. Next question. Thank you for this video. I was born in the Philippines and became a US citizen. I am looking to get my dual citizenship now. Where do I set up the in-person appointment? So you guys, you need to go to the Philippine consulate's website where you are located. Say you are in San Francisco like I am, then I would go to the website, the Philippine consulate website in San Francisco, because you will need to make an appointment from there. So say you live in Los Angeles, they have one there, then you need to check which is the closest Philippine consulate, go to their website, and you'll be able to make an appointment there for your dual citizenship. As far as I know, when we did ours, and I also checked the Philippine consulate's website for San Francisco, you can only do everything by appointment, and you have to come in person for your appointment. There is nothing that says that you can mail your application, so you definitely want to check each individual's website in order for you guys to know exactly what they need for your appointment. So here's another question from my viewer. Says, hi Emily, thank you for the very informative video, especially with the uncertainties of the process complicated by the pandemic. Just want to ask, after your appointment, interview and oath taking, assuming it will be all done on the same day, will I be able to get my dual certificate citizenship, oath of allegiance, or original documents at the same day? Do I need to send original documents or obtain approval from Bureau of Immigration from the Philippines to be mailed? So this is my answer to my viewer. When we went during the pandemic, they gave us our dual citizenship certificate. We had our oath taking on the same day. We got back all our originals. No need to send any documents to Bureau of Immigration in the Philippines. We kept all our documents and proof of dual citizenship. But as always, guys, when I say this, because that was our experience, right? So the website does say that they will do your oath taking the week after, but during the pandemic, they have been doing everything on the same day. So your appointment, your oath taking, you probably wait for a couple of hours, and then after your oath taking, they will provide you with your dual citizenship certificate. So everything was given to us on the same day. We did the oath taking, we got our dual citizenship certificate, as well as all our original paperwork was there also. So there was no trouble when it comes to that at all. It was pretty easy. So another question from one of my viewers, they said, great content and well-explained step-by-step process. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. You mentioned that they do the oath taking every Thursday. Are you sure about that? My appointment is going to be on a Tuesday and I'm coming from San Diego by plane. Do you think I could take an oath on the same day, or could I actually request it? Have you ever heard of anyone who had their application not on a Thursday? So what I said here is that the info that I made on that video is based on my experience during the pandemic few months ago. They told us that when we had to do our oath, it will be on the same day, but normally, like I mentioned on my video, they do it on a Thursday, the following Thursday. Due to COVID, they are making a lot of changes, but I did check the San Francisco Consulate website under their frequently asked questions. It does say now that it is the same day. All the oath taking will be the same day as your appointment for your applications. This follow-up video for how to apply for your dual citizenship helps you guys a bit when it comes to planning your trip or planning your appointment for your dual citizenship for the United States and the Philippines. Please share this video to anyone that might find it useful, and please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and please hit the notification bell. It really helps my channel, so please do take care of each other. Maraming salamat po. Talk to you guys next time. Bye!